110 outlet, 12 volt outlet. So we can plug in paddle boards, plug in whatever you get, what else you got. I keep my fire extinguisher here at the back. Some people like it in the kitchen. It's up to you. Van Essential cubbies, all that kind of stuff. Oh, back window shades are just in. Honestly, I just leave the back window shades all the time. I just never look out the back window. I'm trying to train myself not to. Water fill here in the back. So I have the hose and everything here in this cubby. So this is my water fill hose. And this guy here is my shower. So to use the shower, we connect into here. It just pushes in and then turns 1/3 and that opens the valve. Then this is my mixer, so I can adjust cold and hot. And then turn on my water pump here. And then I have a shower here off the back. And then I use the same nozzle to do my water fill. Then I have to carry less stuff around. I think there's a little spray nozzle that came with the hose. This is a food grade hose, FYI. So, it's a Slinky Dink hose. I like these Slinky Dink hoses because they store small, but they are food grade. So, actually, I put it on this side typically. There's a female to female coupler right here. And that is because this is meant to be a hose, not a input. So I put this one on here. That way I don't accidentally forget it on the spigot wherever I am, just in case. And then this can go on the spigot wherever I am, at the campground, whatever. This will expand to 25 feet.
Wow.
Which is cool. So then I twist this in here, just the same. So it goes in, boom, just like that. And then I can turn this on, fill up the tank, turn it off. When you're filling it, watch the tank.
Yeah.
Yep. Yes.
I was about to say, how do you know?
You got to watch, and then it does have a vent, so it'll start venting pressure off. But, you just don't want to let it just go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep,
So watch the tank as you're filling it up.
Because it would overfill into that.
It can overfill. It can like expand the tank, all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
And Christy, there's a little port window there.
Yeah, there's a port window here, so you can look through and see the water tank.
Okay.
But and it lights up the tank, so you see it lights it up. So it backlights the tank, and we do that on purpose so you can see the water level.
Okay.
It just makes it a little bit more apparent.
Great.
But honestly, when I'm filling, I just open the door because I can kind of watch it. Okay.
Really glad you're here to see this too, Christy. So
Yeah,
It's a lot.
everybody's got the same knowledge here.
okay,
Yeah, like I said, it's a big information dump.
Yeah.
that valve.
Yeah. So now we'll go over draining for winterization. Also, I keep a little microfiber towel in here because when you undo the spigot from these, you get just like a little dribble.
Yeah.
There's an automatic valve in here, so you can see it right here.
Yep.
And they automatically shut, but you'll get that much water out of it. So I just have a little microfiber towel, just leave it here. Okay, so there's 3 drains for there's a handful of drains for the system. This is our main gravity drain for the tank. So right now it's closed. I push this down and now it's going to drain the tank. You can hear it.
Okay.
Hello. And then up here under the front, this is our water pump, and then our drains up front here. So we have, there's a high pressure side of the cold water system here. So that just let the pressure out of the system. So we have one low pressure side drain, which is basically just a tank drain. And then we have a high pressure side for cold and a high pressure side for hot. And then this is a pressure blow off valve for the hot water tank. So just like at home, your hot water tank has a pressure override. That is that right there. And you can flip this little lever up and that'll open that. So it'll let the water out of the tank. But up here, actually I can't even see it. Let me see.
Sure.
Yeah. It's a Braille method one up here. Let me actually here. Maybe. There was no good place to put it. It's right here. There we go. Here now I flipped it down so you can see where it is. So it's right there inside. That is the hot side of the high pressure line. So it's a ball valve just inside there.
Okay.
Just like these. And what I do in the winter is I just open all the valves and leave them open.
Okay.
And then I run the pump dry. I open the faucet and I run the shower. I just plug into the shower and open the valve to make sure water drains out of there.
Yep.
Mostly what I want to do is introduce air into the system at both the shower and the faucet and make sure the water drains down from those. And then I just open the valve here and that'll help the pump drain out. And then I just run the pump till it's dry.
Okay. But I'll just gravity drains out bottom.
That's right, yeah. So that the main thing we don't want to hold pressure in the system.
Yep.
Because if we hold pressure in the system, when it freezes, then it's going to overexpand, and that's how we're going to break things. And then I just leave things open so that gravity helps promote drainage.
Yep.
Yeah. There's also a one-way valve here it's an automatic one-way valve right here. One-way valve here for the hot water, so the hot water doesn't backflow through our cold water system.
Okay.
How I was saying, the hot water tank will hold pressure. You know, if this is pressurized to 55 psi, I turn off my pump and I open my cold. Now it's going to flow backwards through the tank and out the cold system, and then you're going to get hot water out of your cold drain, and you're going to go, what the heck? And so we put that one-way valve in so it doesn't do that. We learned that one the hard way.
Yep.
There's a little filter here, pre-filter for the pump that just protects particulate in the pump. It's not for water quality, anything like that. If you remove it, that's fine. You know, you can clean it out, remove it, rinse it out, put it back in. That's all good. If you undo these fittings, just don't over tighten them. If you go too tight, they'll leak.
Yeah.
So just be mindful of that, you know, if you're messing with stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is on the other side there?
This here?
Yeah.
That's a lift. That's the bottom of the lift column for the bed system.
Cool.
Yeah. So those are in all the corners of the van. So there's one there, one in the back. You can see it kind of behind right there next to the water tank. And then in this cubby here, there's a lift column.
Got it.
And then there's one in the back corner here, and we'll go over that next.
Cool.
Okay.